It's no secret that young Cubans crave access to social media enjoyed by those in the rest of the world. A new report claims USAID wanted to exploit that by setting up the Sunsuneo service, similar to Twitter. According to the Associated Press, it was done through a complicated system of front companies, set up abroad to hide it from the Cuban authorities. Nothing sinister, says Washington.
Again, this was not an intelligence program. This was an effort, one of a variety of efforts that the United States engages in as part of its development mission to promote the flow of free information, to promote engagement by citizens of countries, especially in societies that are non-permissive.
The idea, it's claimed, was to build up a strong customer base using non-controversial material before launching more politically provocative messages. The first test came in Havana in September 2009 at this peace concert by the Colombian singer Juanes. Cuban users were unaware the scheme was funded by the US, represented in Havana, in the absence of diplomatic relations, by this interest section. The Cubans would say that there's nothing new in US efforts to undermine its government, but the scope of these revelations goes beyond anything we've seen in recent years. The pressure on the US presence here has suddenly grown dramatically. Sunsuneo, Cuban slang for the noise a hummingbird makes, was set up after a Cuban telephone company employee leaked 500,000 customer records from one of the most tightly controlled communication systems in the world.
It's just one more example of what's been going on for 50 years. The U.S. just cannot, is so obsessed with Cuba, it cannot stop trying to overthrow it and trying to bring what it calls democracy.
USAID found it increasingly difficult to find suitable partners as the service grew. Its funding of the scheme, paying millions of dollars to the very authorities it was allegedly trying to undermine, became unsustainable, and by the middle of 2012 it had disappeared. But the political damage caused by these revelations will linger for a while longer. Daniel Schweinler, Al Jazeera, Havana, Cuba.